One night a year, Magic Kingdom transforms into something completely different. The lights go dark, the castle turns orange and purple, the villains take over the parade route, and families in full Halloween costumes fill a park that feels nothing like its daytime self. Mickey's Not So Scary. Halloween Party is one of the most beloved special events at Walt Disney World, and it's also one of the most misunderstood. If you show up without a plan, you will miss the exclusive entertainment, miss the character meets that only happen tonight, and spend your time standing in lines for rides you could have ridden cheaper at any other time. This guide covers everything: what the party actually includes, the right night to go, and exactly how to spend your time from the moment the gates open. Number 1. What MNSSHP actually is and what it costs. Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party is a separately ticketed event that runs on select nights from mid-August through Halloween at Magic Kingdom. It is not included in a standard park admission, a park hopper, or any annual pass. You buy a separate ticket for each specific night you attend. In 2026, party tickets range from approximately $109 on lower demand weeknights to $149 or more on high demand Saturday nights in October. Party ticket holders can enter Magic Kingdom as early as 4 p.m, even though the party officially begins at 7 p.m. Regular day guests without party tickets are asked to leave the park at 7 p.m. The party runs until midnight. That gives party guests up to 8 hours inside Magic Kingdom on nights when all of the party exclusive entertainment is running. What you're paying for is not just access to the rides, it's the parade, the fireworks, the villain character meets, the trick-or-treating trail, and an atmosphere that Magic Kingdom simply does not offer at any other time of year. Number 2. When to go in 2026. Not all MNSSHP nights are equal. The party runs anywhere from 10 to 20 nights in 2026, and the experience varies significantly depending on which date you pick. The sweet spot is a midweek night in mid to late September. Crowds are lighter, tickets are priced at the lower end of the range, and every party experience, the parade, the fireworks, the character meets, is fully operating. October weekend nights, particularly the final 2 weeks of the season, and anything in late October on a Friday or Saturday, are the most attended events and the most expensive. You're waiting longer for everything while paying more for the ticket. The first and last parties of the season can also have operational hiccups. If your dates are flexible, a mid-September Tuesday or Wednesday night consistently outperforms a late October Saturday on every metric that matters. Check availability when dates open. Specific nights sell out weeks in advance. Number 3. The exclusive entertainment that only runs at the party. Here is what your party ticket actually buys beyond park access. First, the Villain's Cursed Storybook Parade, a full villain-themed parade featuring characters who do not appear in any regular Magic Kingdom parade, including Maleficent, Dr. Facilier, Hades, and the Evil Queen. Second, the Disney Not So Spooky Spectacular, the party's dedicated fireworks and projection and show built around Jack and Sally and the full Disney villain catalogue. Third, trick-or-treating at 13 themed candy stations spread throughout the park. Fourth, villain and rare character meets that are unavailable any other day of the year. Oogie Boogie, Jack and Sally together, and the Headless Horseman making a brief appearance on horseback through the park. Fifth, Hocus Pocus Villain Spelltacular on the castle stage, a fully staged theatrical performance that runs multiple times per night. None of this exists at any other time. Regular park admission gets you none of it. Number 4. How to do the trick-or-treat trail right. The trick-or-treating trail runs at 13 themed candy stops spread across all areas of Magic Kingdom throughout the full party window. Each stop is staffed by cast members in thematic Halloween costumes and hands out a mix of name-brand candy: Reese's Cups, Kit Kats, Snickers, Gummy Bears, Nerds, and Skittles. The haul at the end of a full trail circuit is genuinely impressive. Adults participate too, and should. The practical strategy is to run the trail during the windows between the main shows. During the parade and the Fireworks, the trail stations are at their emptiest. Hit the candy stops while everyone else is watching the second parade showing, and you walk through quickly with no wait. Plan 2 loops, one early in the party window around 7:30 before the first parade, and one after 10 p.m. when the second parade has finished. Bring a large trick-or-treat bag. The amount of candy on offer rewards something that can actually hold it. Number 5. The Villain's Cursed Storybook Parade Strategy. The Villain's Cursed Storybook Parade is the parade Disney fans specifically buy M&S SHP tickets for. The villain lineup typically includes Maleficent, Dr. Facilier and his shadow demons performing live, the Evil Queen, Hades, Oogie Boogie, and a full cast of their respective minions. It runs twice each party night, typically around 8:15 p.m. and again after 10:30 p.m. Here is the single most important thing to know about this parade: go to the second showing. The first parade at 8:15 draws a crowd that arrives 30 to 45 minutes early to claim curb spots. The second showing after 10:30 p.m. sees a fraction of that crowd. Most families with young children have left the park. The viewing experience is dramatically better. You can actually see the parade rather than looking over the heads of guests who arrived earlier. And the rest of the park empties during the late parade, which is the best time to ride anything. Number 6. The Not So Spooky Spectacular Fireworks. The Disney Not So Spooky Spectacular is a fireworks and projection show dedicated entirely to the Halloween party, built around the Haunted Mansion, Jack Skellington and Sally from The Nightmare Before Christmas, and the full Disney villain catalogue. It runs once per party night, typically around 10:15 p.m, and it is one of the most technically impressive seasonal productions Disney has put on the calendar. The Haunted Mansion, stretching room portraits projected at massive scale across Cinderella Castle, lightning effects, a villain sequence that uses the castle as a canvas in a way the regular fireworks never do. For the best view, the hub lawn directly in front of the castle gives you the full projection angle. Claim your spot 25 to 30 minutes before showtime. Main Street USA also offers a clear view of the fireworks with less competition for position, though the castle projection effects are more visible closer to the hub. The show runs approximately 20 minutes. Number 7. Character Meets Worth. Waiting for M&S SHP character meets are a defining reason for buying the party ticket. The characters available at the party include a rotating lineup of villains and Halloween-specific variants that do not appear during regular park hours or at any other Disney World event. Oogie Boogie from The Nightmare Before Christmas is one of the most sought-after character meets of the entire year. He does not exist as a regular park meet anywhere at Walt Disney World. Jack Skellington and Sally appear together as a duo, which also does not happen outside the party. The lineup varies by season, but often includes characters from Coco, Hocus Pocus, and various villain households. The Headless Horseman makes a brief appearance on horseback through the park at the start of the evening. One pass-around party start, not a meet. For the high-demand meets like Oogie Boogie and Jack and Sally, queues fill within the first 30 minutes of the party. Go directly to them at 7 p.m. when the party officially begins. Number 8. Costume rules for guests. 14 and older, Mickey's Not So Scary. Halloween Party is one of the only events at Walt Disney World where guests 14 and older are allowed to wear full costumes inside the park. This is a significant draw for fans who want to dress as Disney villains or characters with no restrictions on how elaborate the costume is. There are specific rules that apply regardless of how detailed your costume is. Masks must not cover your full face. Your face must remain visible at all times. Costume weapons, even prop ones, must be flexible and not rigid. Foam swords are fine, solid plastic or metal are not. Clothing cannot trail on the ground. Your costume cannot resemble a real-world emergency or law enforcement uniform. And costumes must fit within Disney's general dress code, nothing offensive or designed to genuinely frighten young children. Come in full character. Just know the specific constraints before you arrive so there's no issue at the gate. Number 9. The 4 p.m. early entry and ride strategy. This is the most strategically important section of this guide. Party ticket holders can enter Magic Kingdom at 4 p.m., 3 hours before the party officially begins. During that 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. window, you are sharing the park with regular day guests on their final stretch. All the headliner rides, Tron Light Cycle Run, Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, Haunted Mansion, Peter Pan's Flight, are fully operating. This is your window to ride them. Get in line for Tron or Seven Dwarfs Mine Train at 4:30 or 5 p.m. Ride the headliners before the party entertainment begins at 7 p.m. Once the party officially starts, every guest in the park shifts focus toward the parade queue, the character meet lines, and the candy trail. The best ride windows are 4 to 7 p.m. before the party starts, and after 11 p.m. in the final hour of the event. The last 60 minutes before midnight, with families gone and attendance thinning, consistently produces the shortest ride waits of the entire night. Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party is one of the best things Disney does all year. The villain parade is genuinely unlike anything else at the resort. The fireworks show is spectacular, and the character meets for Oogie Boogie and Jack and Sally are the kind of experiences people specifically plan Disney trips around. Go on a midweek September night, arrive at 4 p.m, ride your headliners before 7, do the trick-or-treating between shows, and watch the second parade after 10:30. You will get more out of this party than most guests who spend more money on busier dates. Drop in the comments what your favorite MNSS HP memory is, and check out our Disney World packing list on screen now. If you're going to the party in a costume, there are a few things on that list that apply directly to your night.